Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Amma ba'd. فقد قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا استجيبوا لله وللرسول إذا دعاكم لما يحييكم صدق الله العظيم. Beloved listeners, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala declares in the Quran, O those who have faith, who have iman, who believe.
تبلغ بالقليل من القليل بالقليل من القليل وأي السد للسفر الطويل.
Answer and respond to the call of Allah and His Rasul when they invite you to that which gives you life, which enlivens you and which dynamizes you. Allama Iqbal, there's no doubt from his own writings and from what he made statements in his lifetime, that his life was made a living life, a vibrant life through the Holy Quran. It is reported that one day in his usual sitting room where many guests used to come, someone asked him, "What is your favorite book? Which is the book that you read, which you call the best book?" And he went out of the room and came back with a copy of the Holy Quran. He says, "This is the book that is my favorite book and the book that I revere and I love most." So you can see that the life of Allama Iqbal was vibrant because the Quran is vibrant. And that is why he asks a pointed question to the Muslims. He says that you have read the Quran and look at you. You are indolent, lazy, lifeless and spineless. So he asks a question. Ya Musalman murd, Ya Quran murd. Is the Muslim dead or is the Quran dead? This is the question he asks. Are we dead or the Quran is dead? Because Allah tells us that istajibu lillahi walir rasuli idha da'akum lima yuhyikum. Respond to the call of Allah and His Messenger when He invites you to that which invigorates you, enlivens you, and gives you purpose of life. So the question is valid and deserves an answer. Are we dead or are the Quran dead? And in another place, Allama Iqbal tells us, he says, Sahibe Quran wo be zawqe talab. Sahibe Quran wo be zawqe talab. Al-ajab, thumma al-ajab, thumma al-ajab. You are the one who possess the Quran, and you are the one that has not got the passion for life, the passion for activity, the urge to do things. You are lifeless. Are you the one that is the possessor of the Quran? Then al-ajab, it is unthinkable. Al-ajab, it is surprising. Al-ajab, it is unbelievable. So he says, how can you own this book of life, the book that gives you life, that instills action and activity in you, and you are lifeless? Allama Iqbal, in his reconstruction of religious thought in Islam declares that the Quran is a book which emphasizes deed rather than idea. Yes. And the Quran itself, if you read it, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, most certainly those who have the belief, those who have Iman. Iman is an idea. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, and translate that into action. Always, again and again, the Quran wants you and I to be active and to be always full of life. This is what the Quran is about. But what has happened today, people rather use the Quran as a talisman for ta'weez and other things, instead of looking at what it has to tell us and to act upon them. And in this regard, Allama Iqbal said once that the Quran is the most oppressed book. He called it the Mazloom Kitab. And he believed that the Quran is under oppression. And whose oppression? The oppression of the Muslims. And this, of course, we had a great poet here, Mahirul Qadri, who came to South Africa, and he did give a good rendering of his lines where he expressed Allama Iqbal's narrative concerning the Quran being the most oppressed book. He says, "Taqon mein sajaya jata hoon, aankhon se lagaya jata hoon, ta'weez banaya jata hoon, do ke pilaya jata hoon." He says that what the Quran has been put to in being oppressed, I have been put into beautiful frames, and I am kissed, and the Quran's copy is made to touch the eyes for reverence. Ta'weez banaya jata hoon, talismans are made out of me, and do ke pilaya jata hoon. Some people, they write verses of the Holy Quran in saffron, and then they wash that plate and drink the water. And जिस तरह तोता मैना को कुछ बोल सिखाए जाते हैं, इस तरह पढ़ाया जाता हूँ, इस तरह सिखाया जाता हूँ. Just as much as you teach the parrots and the miners to say some words, this is my fate, you make the Quran become something that is uttered by people who understand nothing, just like the miners and the parrots. और जब कौल और कसम खाने के लिए तकरार की नौबत आती है, फिर मेरी ज़रूरत पड़ती है, हाथों पे उठाया जाता हूँ. Yes, if you have a motion where you have differences, then you call for the Quran, not in order that the Quran may judge between you and your adversary or the person who is contesting you. No, you want him to hold the Quran and take qasam, take an oath by the Quran, instead of going into the Quran to find the solutions to your differences and your problems. So this is what the Quran is. And that is why Allama Iqbal cries, and he says, "वो ज़माने में मुअज़्ज़ज़ थे मुसलमान होकर और तुम ख़ार हुए तारिक़ क़ुरआन होकर." Your forebears were mighty, respected. They ruled because they were true Muslims according to the Quran. But you, the Muslims of today, you have become degenerate, debased, and you are not worthy of any mention because you have discarded the Quran and have nothing to do with it. And as you live your life, what are you, Allama Iqbal is asking? In other words, when he speaks to us, he actually cries because he believes that he's part of us, he's part of the millat of Islam. He says, "Manzilo maqsood Qur'an digar ast, मंजिलो मकसूद कुरान दीगरस्त, रस्म आईने मुसलमान दीगरस्त. The positive aim of the Quran is something else. The lifeless customs of the Muslim is something else. And he is the only one that asks you that we must now take a dive into the Holy Quran. There are people and people who say that no one can understand the Quran, this one cannot understand the Quran, and you have to have so many knowledge. The Quran says, أَفَلَا يَتَدَّبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. Won't you ponder over the Quran? Won't you engage with the Quran? Or are there locks on your hearts? So he tells us, Quran mein ho ghotazan, e mard musalman, Allah kare tujhko ata jiddat kirdar. Take a dive into the ocean of the Quran, O Muslim, if there is any manliness and guts in you, so that Allah may make you reach the highest as far as your endeavors and achievements are concerned. So therefore, let us become true followers of the Quran and follow the beautiful thoughts of Allama Iqbal concerning this glorious book. وصلى الله على النبي الكريم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وفي العز للعبد الذليل تبلغ بالقليل من القليل بالقليل من القليل وأيسد للسفر الطويل وأيسد للسفر الطويل وفي عصيانه عار ونار وفي عصيانه عار ونار وفيه البعد مع خزي وبي